Good morning, everyone. This is the Telarus Tuesday call for September 5th, 2017. We are back from a terrific Labor Day weekend. Here's hoping that each of you had a fantastic Labor Day holiday weekend with friends and family, and remembering the contributions of American workers to the well-being, strength, and prosperity of the United States of America. Thank you all for joining today's Telarus Tuesday call. We have assembled a tremendous amount of valuable information to help build your business. I'm Doug Miller, Telarus VP of Complex Provisioning, no longer wearing white as we have unofficially said goodbye to summer, but excitedly looking ahead to one of the busiest times of the year in our industry. Good selling and good wishes to each of you. We especially welcome and send our continuing thoughts and prayers to all of our partners, their clients, our Telarus employees, and our suppliers down in Texas and Louisiana who continue to endure the devastating weather and flooding in these past 2 weeks. Stay safe, everyone. Stay in touch. We are anxious to assist in any way, and now we're keeping an eye out for our friends in Florida as well this week. Along those lines, I wanted to take just a moment here today to give a shout-out to one of our Telarus partners, Steve Reams. He is president of CS Vision, spelled V-I-Z-I-O-N, out of Shenandoah, Texas. He's about 15 miles north of Houston. Last Tuesday, as the flooding in Houston was becoming particularly severe, Steve put out the offer that CS Vision would provide office space, internet, and phone service at their location to anyone needing it, whether a CS Vision customer or not, so that their businesses could continue to operate and those businesses' employees could earn a paycheck. Steve followed up on that on Wednesday, the day after, offering phones, communication services, and staffing to all of the hurricane relief and volunteer organizations in the area. What a way to step up and help. Thanks, Steve Reams and CS Vision. A tremendous and selfless example to us all. So proud to be associated with you and your organization. And thanks to all of our Telarus partners, suppliers, and employees who are helping or contributing in any way to the relief efforts. You are all heroes. Today on our Telarus Tuesday call, we'll be announcing a brand new Telarus supplier. It's CloudGenix, the SD-WAN leader. We will introduce CloudGenix today and tell you about this Thursday's official launch and training call with CloudGenix. That'll be coming up in just minutes. Also on today's call, we have a tremendous presentation from Vicki Patton and her team at Rackspace, the #1 managed cloud company and the largest managed cloud provider, offering your clients expertise across the world's leading clouds. Thousands of organizations, including global enterprises and more than half of the Fortune 100, have gained the resources and expertise needed to scale and secure their apps and data in the cloud, all while keeping up with the demands of evolving their businesses. Vicki Patton and her team from Rackspace coming up in just minutes. If you happen to have missed last Tuesday's call, we were joined by Telarus VP of Technology Michael Brown, who walked us through Telarus' very exciting announcement about enhancements to our circuit and network monitoring offering. Telarus continues to provide free circuit monitoring for circuits sourced through us, but now Telarus has added trouble ticket resolution to the mix as well. Now, this is great news for your clients and profitable news for you. For the low monthly rate of $20 per circuit, no matter from where that circuit was sourced, Telarus will provide not only the monitoring, but will open trouble tickets when needed and work with the carrier involved to resolve those issues as well. Partners receive a $5 monthly commission from the $20 charge. This is a tremendous offer. Telarus once again helps our partners see what others can't, help resolve what others can't, and get paid on what others can't. Check out all of the information from Telarus VP of Technology Michael Brown. It's on the recording of last week's Telarus Tuesday call. And one note about an exciting regional event happening this week in Dallas, Texas. It's actually tomorrow evening, Wednesday, September 6th. We invite you to join Telarus and Level 3 Communications as they show you how to escape security threats with Level 3. It's a security discussion that will help you to better engage with your customers on their journey to a more secure network. Drinks and appetizers will be served. We'll be at the Meso Maya in Dallas between 4 and 7 p.m. Central Time. You can contact Lisa Benton of Telarus or your Telarus Partner Support Manager for more details, and we hope to see you tomorrow in Dallas. For today, our video and chat tools are available for our call at telarus.com/start. We hope you'll join us there and share your questions, comments, and insights throughout today's event, and especially during our Q&A upcoming with Vicki Patton and her team of Rackspace at our call's conclusion. Well, I can't explain how it happened, but September is here, bringing the dog days of summer, or as I call them, the Doug days of summer. Back to school for the kids, the new season of Survivor. It's a good month for me. And the September editions of our Telarus Innovation Conference are gearing up and filling up. You'll want to RSVP right away for your spot at these events. They are coming up Tuesday, September 19th in Los Angeles at the famous San Antonio Winery in L.A. And in Thursday, September 21st, we'll be in Columbus, Ohio at the historic Columbus Athenaeum. Telarus Innovation Conferences will enable technology professionals to maximize their profit potential through innovative business development ideas for their company. Hosted by Telarus in conjunction with our suppliers, these events focus on overcoming the real-world challenges of establishing and maintaining a recurring revenue UC, SD-WAN, and cloud practice. Telarus is the authority on UC and cloud. These TICs, as we call them, feature interactive case studies, hands-on lab time. You will learn how to use the exclusive Telarus tools and resources and take them back to your business. Come with your laptop and your Telarus app ready to work. You'll leave with a Telarus Tools certification that gets you entered into a $1,000 gift card drawing. You can register now for our September Telarus Innovation Conferences. Just speak with your Telarus Partner Support Manager, and you can check out the video details at telarusinnovationconference.com. All right, it is time to review our top 3 sales of the past week. Boy, we had some big ones once again. We've got some very well-deserved recognition to hand out to our Telarus partners who top our leaderboard. Here's what happened this week. In our 3rd position, Telarus congratulates Mike Tracy of JZ LLC. He's in East Glastonbury, Connecticut. The name is spelled J-A-Z-E and derives from the initials of Mike's 4 children. Mike teamed up with Level 3 Communications on a pair of outstanding sales of fiber Ethernet services to a large energy equipment manufacturer. Level 3 empowers the network-enabled enterprise. They provide the bandwidth businesses need, the power to adapt to fast-changing network needs as well. JZ works with clients to create the ideal combination of solutions and support. Our sincere congratulations go out to Mike Tracy of JZ LLC. It's a terrific Level 3 communications sale. In this week's 2nd top sales position, our thanks and congratulations go out to Mr. Mike Dutcher. He is the president and CEO of Clear Internet Group, LLC, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Mike founded Clear Internet Group back in 2014 and partnered with Telarus. And here he is, tearing up the leaderboard with a tremendous series of sales of fiber Ethernet and cable services from Spectrum Business and Time Warner Cable Business Class. To a customer in the automotive sales market, Spectrum Business is a national provider of scalable fiber-based technology solutions for America's largest businesses with superior infrastructure, relevant solutions, and local support. Clear Internet Group, LLC provides premier telecommunication lifecycle consulting. They design, they implement, and they manage IT and Internet-based services while delivering long-term cost savings. Congratulations, Mike Dutcher and Clear Internet Group on this terrific Spectrum Business sale. And topping our Telarus leaderboard this week, we congratulate Jeff Peters and the team at Focalized Networks, LLC. They are out of Houston, Texas. Jeff put together a very impressive sale of co-location services from RapidScale to a large client in the radio and streaming content industry. RapidScale's fully managed cloud solutions make it incredibly easy to integrate applications, users, accessibility, and efficiency into a business of any size and any industry. Focalized Networks just celebrated their 5th year as a Telarus partner. Congratulations. And in a world of clouds, connectivity, and mobility, they focus on finding the right technologies their customers need to stay ahead of their competitors. Congratulations, Jeff Peters and Focalized Networks, on this outstanding RapidScale deal. It is our top Telarus sale of the week. We thank all of our highly valued Telarus partners and suppliers. 2017 continues to be the biggest year in our history. Thank you for your trust and for your ongoing partnership with Telarus. Well, today, as I mentioned at the top of the call, I'm very happy to welcome a brand new Telarus supplier. It's CloudGenix, the SD-WAN leader, revolutionizing networking by transforming legacy WANs into radically simplified, secure, application-defined fabric, if you will, and virtualizing underlying transports into a unified hybrid WAN. CloudGenix customers are about to build networks without networking and achieve more than twice the performance at less than half the cost. Today, Ryan Williams, who I met last week, he's CloudGenix Channel Manager for the West. He is back here to introduce CloudGenix and tell you about our official launch and training coming up on Thursday. Ryan, welcome to our Telarus Tuesday call. How are you?
Doug, I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Great to have you on the call. Tell us how this partnership came about and why our partners need to know about CloudGenix.
Sure. So first off, thank you so much for the introduction. I have to apologize in advance to the partner community that's on this call because, man, does Doug have a voice for radio or what? Unfortunately, I don't. So I'm gonna do my best to keep up, Doug. So yeah, as Doug mentioned, my name is Ryan Williams. I'm the director for the Western U.S. for the Master Agent Channel here at CloudGenix. And just to give you a quick background, I think it provides perspective for where we're going. I come from the channel. I was an agent like many of you designing kind of larger MPLS networks for a large Mitel VAR. And I got sick of losing the fight to the SD-WAN providers that were out there in the space. So that's what made me hop over the fence and aggressively seek out employment at this organization and never look back. So as Doug mentioned, CloudGenix is an application-defined SD-WAN provider. And we feel like we're different than some of the other providers out there because most of them look at the network in a very traditional way from layers 1 to 4. They're kind of zoned in on packets, which makes sense given the history. So what we do differently is that we use the unit of measure as the application. So to us, it's what you do with the software that makes the difference. So we look at hybrid WAN, which many people out there are doing as kind of table stakes, but what are they doing on top of that? And I guess when I learned what we're doing in CloudGenix, it's just radically different. And I think that starts with Kumar Ramachandran, who's our founder. I don't know, some of you may know that name. Those of you with a networking background likely do. Kumar was leading Cisco's ISR router business from 2003 to 2013. And John Chambers asked him to take a look at what it would take to make a software-defined network a reality. And he basically took a couple of his top folks and they went into the lab and came back a few months later and said, John, we figured it out, abandon proprietary hardware, be more agile for our customers, and build and define networks around the unit of measure that we care about as end users and as IT administrators, the application layer 7. As you can imagine, John pumped the brakes a little bit there. Not a great proposition for a hardware-driven company with a $60 million a quarter run rate on routers to say, hey, let's abandon the router business. So fortunately for me and everyone else at CloudGenix, Kumar had the vision to go up and down the valley and find funding a few years ago and gave birth to who we are as an organization. And I think that history is really important because it's why we refer to ourselves as an application-defined fabric. We don't look at ourselves as just aware of applications on the network. The application itself is the unit of measure, and it defines all of the decisions that we make on the network in terms of routing. And that's set and controlled by you by setting basic applications for SLAs, performance, or security across all the different types of WAN at your disposal, right? Any type of bandwidth that your partner at Telarus provides. So we do active-active, we do hybrid WAN, we do application awareness, all of the things that we consider table stakes when we take it to that next level in terms of defining the network around the application. So the idea is to make sure that all bandwidth available is completely utilized, but that you have the flexibility to kind of chop up bandwidth and transport on a per application or sub-application basis to make sure that you're using all your resources to the full availability or disposal that you can, so you get the best out of your investment, and also making sure that you're meeting the best SLAs that you can offer to your end users. So general takeaways for us, we want you to think, if you think about applications and you talk about applications and you're one of those many Telarus partners out there that's building a terrific application portfolio, right? We want you to think applications, think CloudGenix, because that's really where we separate. Take a cloud-first mentality. I mean, I think your partner here in Telarus is absolutely doing that, and we've been invited to join some of those initiatives, and I think they're way out in front of the curve. And I know after speaking last week when I was in Salt Lake speaking to Patrick, one of his goals is to make sure that you guys are absolutely the mind share leader. Telarus is absolutely the mind share leader in terms of cloud, so I think that's really exciting, and we're excited to be a part of that. Just a couple quick notes. We kind of housekeeping stuff, something to keep in mind. If you're thinking to yourself right now, I'm not a network guy, this is new to me, I'm a little nervous about this, that's okay. Everyone's a little new to this, even the SD-WAN providers. So don't be intimidated by that. And as a result, we went out and built a sales model around one-to-one for sales and engineering. So I'll just kind of repeat that. Every salesperson has a dedicated solution architect that's in the field with them, and they're regionally aligned to support all of our Telarus sales partners nationwide. So there's people in market that will go out with you, that will help you qualify and build opportunities and do everything they can to help you feel comfortable and empowered to go and deliver a message around a new product. And then, don't forget us. So Thursday, this Thursday at 9 o'clock Mountain Standard, 2 days from now, we've been invited to do a deep dive and share 45 minutes plus some questions with the Telarus community and partner community. Make sure that you can really see what we mean. So I gave you the teaser, and hopefully we can see you Thursday, and we're going to show demos, and hopefully it's very interactive and everybody has a great time with it. So Doug, thank you so much for asking us to join, and I really have enjoyed the call thus far, and looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday.
Thanks, Ryan. You can hear the excitement in his voice, and you can hear it in ours as well. This is a big deal for us at Telarus. We're excited about this partnership. Hope you'll join us Thursday morning, September 7th, 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Telarus Bridge. There's a great mention about CloudGenix in this morning's Forbes article online. You can take a look at that about their participation at VMworld. And also, if you want some more information in advance of the training, check them out at cloudgenix.com. That's CloudGenix.com. Great information there. You will be impressed at what you hear on Thursday. Thanks, Ryan. We'll look forward to talking to you here again in a couple of days.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Very good. All right, well, let's take a look at this week's training calendar. Today we are featuring 3 essential learning opportunities and 1 special live event as well, all from our Telarus suppliers. First up, tomorrow, Wednesday, September 6th, beginning at noon Eastern Time, RapidScale will present special training on selling Citrix ShareFile, a discussion moderated by RapidScale's EVP of Sales and Marketing, Bob Buchanan. ShareFile enables secure and easy-to-manage file sharing for users, particularly in the SMB space. RapidScale delivers world-class, secure, and reliable cloud computing solutions across the globe. Find out how to sell Citrix ShareFile through RapidScale during this special training event tomorrow at noon Eastern. And then second, as we just mentioned, you'll join us here on the Telarus Bridge on Thursday, September 7th, beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern, for the launch and training call with our newest supplier, CloudGenix. This is a very important new supplier. They are now available to Telarus partners. You can join and find out how CloudGenix customers are able to build those networks without networking. That is Thursday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Telarus Bridge. Also Thursday, beginning at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, InContact is conducting their quarterly partner update webinar. It's a 30-minute rundown of the news, updates, and opportunities that make it easy to sell InContact. This session will focus on InContact's new 17.2 release, showing you what's hot and all of the new features that make this InContact solution the very best yet. And you'll get a preview of exciting new things on the horizon as well. It's the InContact Quarterly Partner Update webinar, Thursday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. And finally, we're going to give you a week's notice of a special live event from Comcast Business to be held next Tuesday, September 12th. It is in Detroit, Michigan, from 2:30 until 7 p.m. Eastern. All Telarus partners in that area are encouraged to attend the Comcast Business Key City Tour, this one at Tech Town, Detroit, and at the Northern Lights Lounge afterward. An informative and interactive special event with networking, refreshments, and information on the significant investments being made by Comcast Business in their network and customer service, many new products as well. These investments will help you grow your business, and you'll be among the first to hear about Comcast's SD-WAN and other products and enhancements. Join Comcast's local and executive leadership for this special Detroit event next Tuesday. You can register now in the Telarus Partner Back Office. And in that very back office is presently one of the largest list of training opportunities that Telarus has ever provided. We've got new opportunities detailed. There's plenty of recorded webinars as well. They're all available on demand as your new opportunities or interests require. Check them out at agent.telarus.com. And thanks again to all of our suppliers for continually providing outstanding partner training. Let's take a look at the SPIFs. We are getting down to the wire on some of our summer SPIFs. Most of these are valid through the end of September. There are many more as well, but check these out. First up, a special promotion from 8x8. September is the time to grow some serious cash. And through September 29th, all qualifying sold deals will earn a SPIF payout of 2x MRR. 8x8's virtual office product requires a $1,000 minimum, but there's no minimum on the virtual contact center product. New customers only, 3-year agreement and deal registration are required, and then you are growing some serious cash with 8x8. You can get started today. Your 2x SPIF is waiting. Next, here's a special promotion from Broadview Networks. Broadview wants you to heat up your UCaaS game, and to help you, they're offering SPIFs of up to 300% on sales of Office Suite UC Professional. It's priced at just $17.95 MRC on sales of 10 seats or more, and if you validate the order through OrderWizard, that bonus just added 50 more percent points. Office Suite UC ensures your clients' critical communications are secure and that every employee can easily access and control all of the productivity-enhancing features of the system from anywhere. You know, there's also a 200% SPIF for sales of other Broadview Office Suite phone solutions, and there's a 100% of MRC for sales of other Broadview products as well. So you're covered any way you want to go, but that 300% SPIF is not to be missed. It's on Office Suite UC Professional. Heat up your UCaaS game with Broadview Networks. And finally, here is a terrific opportunity from CenturyLink. It's their Spring Forward into Ascension initiative. They offer a one-time bonus payout equivalent to 50% of the sales booking value for existing deals or 100% of the sales booking value for new deals that total 10K or greater MRR. You can get a payout of up to $50,000 payout at that account level. This special incentive is effective through September 30th or until funds are depleted. It's an outstanding incentive on sales of CenturyLink solutions. Talk with your partner support manager today about existing and new opportunities, and then spring forward into Ascension with CenturyLink. These and many more SPIFs, promotions, and bonuses are all available. You can see them at promos.telarus.com. Well, now it is my great pleasure to welcome to our Telarus Tuesday call Vicki Patton. Vicki is the regional partner leader at Rackspace, the #1 managed cloud company, and the largest managed cloud provider, offering your clients expertise across the world's leading clouds. Thousands of organizations, including global enterprises and more than half of the Fortune 100, have gained the resources and expertise needed to scale and secure their apps and data in the cloud, all while keeping up with the demands of evolving their businesses. Vicki Patton is the regional partner leader at Rackspace. She and her team join us today for this important overview. Vicki, welcome to our Telarus Tuesday call. How are you?
I am great. Thank you, Doug. We're really happy to be here for this sort of relaunch of Rackspace with Telarus.
I understand you brought a cast of thousands with you today.
Well, a cast of 3. Not quite 1,000, but a lot of expertise here on the call. So I'll introduce the team. I have a slide to bring them up so you can see what they look like and have them involved in the call as well. So I know I brought some slides along that we're going to run through. Why don't we just click on to the next one? So today we want to introduce the team. As I mentioned, this is a bit of a relaunch. Rackspace is really putting a lot into the channel program, and we'll talk a little bit about that, who the team is supporting the Telarus family now. And then we'll dive in and look at what we do and the things that are going on in the IT industry, things related to cloud, how Rackspace solves those, how to talk to your customers about them, and then, how we're here to give you that fanatical support to help your clients, and what SPIFs we give, and then what tools are out there and how to contact us. So let's go ahead to the next slide. Here's your team. So you've got an introduction to me already. My responsibility is really, all about our relationship to make sure you're getting what you need to provide training, everything we can do to support you. And then Allie Salter's on the call as well. She's our channel account exec. Allie's role is once you have those opportunities, we'll get Allie involved, and she, between her knowledge, and she will engage the correct experts at Rackspace to be able to help your customers, talk through what their issues are, create the solution, and help you close that business. And then Michael Stevens, who I report to, runs our channel sales. So between the 3 of us, we have decades of experience both in IT and network. We come from backgrounds such as CenturyLink, EMC, Oracle, SunGard, so a lot of experience in the IT space as well as the network space. Now,
Vicki, I was asked to interrupt you and just call a quick audible and let you know that Michael Stevens isn't on our line yet, so far as we know.
Okay.
So just in case you were going to throw a major question to him, I don't think he's here yet. But go ahead. We'll let you know if that changes.
All right, thank you. And he was a maybe. I know he had a conflict and was going to try to make it, so thanks for letting me know, Doug. Between Allie and I, we should be able to answer all the questions. I also want to let you know that we have a new channel chief named Lisa McClin. And Lisa is a 15-year racker. She has experience leading on the customer support side and on the sales side. She is incredibly dedicated to growing the channel. So we have the experts like Michael who really come from a very strong channel background, and Lisa with her strong Rackspace background. And her goal is to really grow the channel, provide that fanatical support I mentioned. You can hear an interview with her on Channel Partners Online. Go and listen to her and get a little bit of background. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into, if you want to go to the next slide, and start talking a little bit about cloud. You can go ahead and click the next. We have some building slides here. This slide is a little bit old, but the point is, and I know you all know this already, is cloud is growing tremendously. In 2013, most companies were spending a huge chunk of their money on traditional IT, building it themselves. Nowadays, the spend is going towards cloud services and having other people help them build their infrastructure, help them get focused back on their business. Why don't we go ahead to the next slide? And these are the challenges that we're seeing and that we're hearing about from CIOs around the world. And all these challenges have been out there for years, but now all of a sudden we've had 3 that have come to the top that people are concerned about mostly. And one of those is lack of resources and expertise. There's just not enough people out there with the expertise to help companies do things on their own. Security is and always has been, but is even more so of a growing concern. And then managing their spend, because when public cloud especially, the Amazon came out, everybody jumped into it in some form or fashion, and all of a sudden spend got out of control. They were having a hard time tracking what they were spending, managing it, and really understanding what that was. So those were really the top big 3 challenges, but people are also concerned with compliance, governance. They're looking at multiple cloud services, bringing some things in private, using various public cloud services. How do they manage all that? How do they make them all work together? And then if they do need to keep that private cloud for security reasons or privacy reasons, it can be very complex. And again, with that lack of expertise, lack of resource, that can be an issue. And then performance overall. How do I make this thing sing so that my customers are not complaining about the usage? So those are the things we're really running into. Next slide. We talked a little bit about the various clouds that are available, that there are many of them, and what we're finding is that the average cloud user leverages 6 on average. So 3 in production, 3 in testing. Why are they using multiple clouds? Because they have different workloads, and those different workloads and applications run best in different types of clouds. So that, you can imagine, can be very complex for companies. Let's go to the next slide. And then as far as companies getting, and you can just go ahead and build this one out. And as far as running your clouds, they may be in different modes. So go ahead and click the button and the boxes will fill out. As far as the status, customers may be to the point where they haven't moved to the cloud yet, and they need help on where to start. They might have started, maybe failed, maybe getting to a slow start, but they need more help. Others are been there, done that, but now they want to focus more on their core business. Is this able to build out? Is it building out for everybody else? I'm just not saying it. No. I'll just talk through this one, then we'll hop to the next one. Going down with the little rocket icon there, that's for, there are people out there, they're using cloud technologies, they're growing very quickly, and they need help to scale. And that's a big focus of theirs. And then at the end, there's folks that are good, couldn't be better, or they might be able to be better. And so you'll find your customers are all at various levels with what they're doing with their clouds. Let's go ahead to the next slide then. So why Rackspace? What do we have? How can we help? Rackspace has the expertise. We've got deep expertise, and I'll show you some of the numbers behind this and what I mean by this. We also work with multiple cloud providers and have our own cloud services that we can offer. So we can provide choices in the leading cloud technologies. We also have a history of innovation and unsurpassed commitment to service. And we can do all of this at scale. So let's go look at that a little bit further. Go ahead to the next slide, please. So hard to find expertise. Again, I'll show you some of the numbers behind this. But we are very good at bringing on top talent from all the various aspects of IT, people who are best in their fields. We've got over 3,000 hard-to-find cloud engineers that have a combination of certifications across the board and real-world experience. This photo, by the way, is not a stock photo. It's from our Security Operations Center, and this is the guy that runs it, Travis. He's just one of the many experts with decades of experience, not only for corporations, but also for the military. So a lot of expertise in there. Let's go ahead to the next slide. And all that expertise culminates in what we call fanatical support. It's our unsurpassed, results-obsessed customer service that's there when you need it without having to jump through hoops to get it. You know, our team is there 24/7 by 365, and these folks will work together to solve problems. That's how we got the name Fanatical Support. Let's go to the next one. Also, we built and scaled one of the world's leading clouds, and it was built on OpenStack. We did this in conjunction with NASA. That's expertise in that area on building and scaling one of our own internal clouds, as well as the technology around some of the most, the leading cloud providers, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. Let's go on to the next slide, which is just what I talked about, those leading cloud providers. Google is fairly new to the market. We're in beta with Google, but we're building the same practice around Google that we've had with Amazon and with Microsoft. And with all this, let's go to the next slide. Gartner has recognized us as a leader in the managed cloud space. So regardless of the type of cloud that is the best fit or multiple clouds for your customers and their applications and their workloads, you'll find that we've built the practices around to help them manage those. And we've been recognized by Gartner by being in that top right quadrant. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next slide. This just shows who we are. So we have 12 data centers around the world. That's, again, what allows us to provide scale to the customers and allow us to be in the market where their customers are. So we're all over the world. We're in 150 different countries. The portfolio we provide can be dedicated services, cloud services, and then a hybrid of the two. And there's over 6,200 rackers, we call ourselves rackers, that are here to support you and support your customers. $2 billion in revenue, and as Doug mentioned earlier, we're working with the majority of the Fortune 100. So they've recognized, you know, our ability to support them as well. Let's go on to the next slide. So your customers, this talks about, again, those choices that we can offer based on what your customers are looking for. So depending on what they're doing inside their, you know, IT and as part of their transformation, they could be doing data center migration. You know, a lot of people want to get out of the data center, out of their own data centers and into an environment where somebody else is managing that infrastructure for them and providing those services for them. There's needs around applications, digital e-commerce and content, security and compliance, collaboration, which you're all very familiar with, right? Data, and then cloud management. So we have a lot of choices. And you can build out this slide too, Steph. Hopefully it'll build out better than the last one did. We offer dedicated servers. So if they need privacy, they don't want to be in the cloud environment, we work with, and with that there's, you know, we've got over 3,000 cloud engineers across all the various platforms. We work with Amazon Web Services. We have over 800 certifications in Amazon Web Services, and we're actually second to only Amazon in the number of people we have certified on running the Amazon environment. We work with Microsoft Azure. 5 times in a row we've been the hosting partner of the year. OpenStack, I mentioned OpenStack earlier. We were founder of OpenStack and building out a cloud environment, the Rackspace cloud based on OpenStack, working with NASA, and have, you know, billions of hours and multiple customers running in that environment. We also are a strong partner with VMware and did some announcements at VMworld a couple weeks ago. We've been working with them for over 10 years, and we've been a consistent award winner on our work with VMware. And then now, Google, because of all this, Google's ready to launch their cloud platform, and they came to us and said, we want to work with you. And we signed up as their first managed services support partner, and we are getting all the certifications and ready to go full out with Google. Let's go ahead to the next slide. And again, we talked earlier about those complexities in the environment, and so we can help your customers really from start to finish. So we can help them architect their infrastructure, you know, what it should look like, where they should go, based upon the applications they're running, the workloads that they're running, what type of environment is going to be best for them, because Amazon, Microsoft, Google, OpenStack, they all have different reasons why that environment might be better for you than others, or maybe dedicated is the answer. We'll help them secure it, we'll help them migrate it, we'll help them operate it, and then we'll help them optimize it as well so that they're getting the most efficient use of their costs, managing their costs and making sure the environment is running great. And go to the next slide. We make it all work together as well. So this is a diagram of what could potentially be, you know, a customer that's using public cloud and private cloud and dedicated. They're using Microsoft, they're using Amazon, they're using, you know, still their own data center. And how do we connect that all together? So we will work with you, we'll work with your customer to find the best fit for your customer. Let's go on to the next slide. So now we've talked about that. How do you have those conversations with your customers? Really, the whole thing with cloud, it's not necessarily an IT discussion. It's more of a business discussion. Let's find out from those customers, you know, what are they trying to do with their business where IT can really support that? IT is not just, you know, it's not just a cost center out there. What are they trying to do with their business as potentially launching new business, updating critical projects? Are these customer facing? Are they back office? How does downtime affect them? And then let's talk a little bit about the application. You know, what is the customer doing with those applications? What types of applications are they running? How much time are they spending on the application versus the IT infrastructure? And then finally, what are their perceptions of the cloud? Because we talk about cloud, and there's a lot of different perspectives on what is a cloud. Is it IT? Is it UCaaS? Is it network? You know, there's all these different things. So we can have those discussions. We can help you have those discussions on, you know, what is the public cloud? I've heard, you know, they've gone down in the past. How that affects me? What are the backup? What is the security around them? What kind of help do they need? Another great opportunity is if you're working with your customer on their network and they're coming to you saying, we need more bandwidth. Well, right there you say, well, why? Why do you need more bandwidth? And very likely it's because they're starting to move applications around. They may want to move them onto the cloud. So the conversations you're having with your customers are really more around their business. How do they get products to market more quickly? How do they run internal projects and testing more quickly? And how can we help them with the cloud? So let's go on to the next one, and we'll talk about good fits. What are good fits for cloud opportunities and for Rackspace to come in and help you? First of all, if they're running on old infrastructure, if they're running on, you know, they've got old servers, old storage, an older data center, and that needs updating or it needs a technology refresh, that's a great opportunity to get them and start talking to them about moving their applications off of their older infrastructure onto an environment that they don't really have to worry about managing. Let us do that for them and let them focus on their applications. If their company has, you know, venture capital money, private equity money, they've got software as a service that they're running, again, maybe on their older environment, they want to move that into environment that's more flexible, more scalable, if they've got a large number of custom applications that can be moved over, if they're in acquisition mode or divesting modes, that's a great opportunity. If they do e-commerce, if they're asking you about Office 365, and if they're spending over $10,000 a month with Amazon and Azure, all of those companies in those modes are good opportunities to have conversations about moving to the cloud. Now let's look at the next slide that talks about some that maybe not so good fits. So if they're a company that is looking for co-location and they're going to put new hardware in there, they like to have a more of a CapEx model versus an OpEx model. They have a big staff. They're highly regulated. You know, everything is fairly stable for them. They're probably not the best prospect for us because they're in a fairly stable environment right now and not looking to make massive change. So hopefully that's helpful between, you know, think about your customer base, who's got a better fit and who maybe not so much. And then let's go to the next slide and talk about where we get started. So depending on where they're at, for us, it's really easy to get started. So we can work together on that profiling, get an understanding, work with them, put a workshop together, find out where they're at, what they're trying to do, design a proof of concept. Let's go out there, test it. We'll help them migrate it, as we mentioned before, and then look at getting that solution online and managing it over time. So you can see in that bottom box where the customer goes from taking on more responsibility for that infrastructure to Rackspace taking on more of that responsibility about running and managing the infrastructure. Again, the whole benefit of this is there's multiple benefits, but the biggest one is to get your customer back to focusing on their business and letting IT really bring a lot of value back to their business. So let's go ahead to the next slide. So now we've talked about how we can get you there. I want to get you all excited about the SPIF that we are offering right now, and there's more detail on this in the back office as well. But this is related to a single tenant. So if you find a customer for us who needs a dedicated environment, and you can see what the definition of single tenant means. It's a dedicated environment in our private cloud, or using our VMware solutions, our managed security solutions. If you find an opportunity that is going to bill between $10,000 and $150,000 a month, we'll get them up and running by March, and what they're paying on March 31st, we will pay you a one-time payout of that monthly recurring fee. So anywhere between $10,000 and $150,000. So it's not tough to get up in there with these types of services for your customers. So it's a really exciting SPIF for us. It's something that Rackspace, you see, is our commitment to the channel. We really want to incent you to look for these opportunities and to partner with us and let us help you find these kind of opportunities. So next slide, how we do that. So we just updated the back office in the tools area. There's some good new information. There's a really cool document, the Sales Conversation Guide. What it does is it walks you through the various product offerings of Rackspace and then what the benefits are there and how to talk to your customer about those to find those good opportunities and then get us involved to help you with those. And then there's more detailed battle cards for all the various offerings. And we'll continue to keep that updated as well. So there's always good information out there for you. This slide deck also is out there. On Rackspace.com, you can find more detail on the various services, and there's customer stories. There's also a blog, if you do blog.rackspace.com, that always has great information about what's going on in the cloud space, what's going on in the IT industry, what customers are dealing with all the various technologies. A great place for research and information. And then here's our contact information. So again, sales opportunity, you can go to your partner sales manager or your PSM. And then Allie is here to, help drive those sales opportunities. I'm here to help her as well and to help in the overall relationships and do events and talk to your customers. We're really excited about working with Telarus and working with all of you. And I think, let's see, was there one more slide after this? Yeah, here's kind of a summary of what we've talked about. So the world today is multi-cloud. It requires start-to-finish expertise, and I hope I've been able to show you that we have that by hiring, the best technology experts out there and expertise in all these different areas, including security. The mission-critical applications that your customers are relying on to run their business and make revenue, we can help them, have a landing place for that so they can go to market more quickly, sleep at night knowing that the infrastructure is being run, that they can scale and grow as big as they need to. The other thing you'll see is there tends to be, when you work with us and get us involved early in that sales cycle, back when customers are first talking about IT transformation, you will see a higher average revenue per customer and a higher close rate when you get us involved earlier in the sales cycle. So that, you can try to go it alone, or you can hire a global network of cloud experts, and that's what Rackspace brings to you. So that sort of wraps us up. We are your cloud experts. Let's open up the floor to some questions.
Vicki, terrific presentation, and I got to give props to Allie. She's there in the background answering a lot of chat questions as well. We are speaking. She's done a great job. Sitting here talking to a couple of our favorite rackers. We've got Vicki Patton and Allie Stelter's there in the background as well. She's our account executive. They are here from Rackspace, of course, with a lot of great information about how Rackspace can help our partners as they build and maintain a cloud practice. Whatever your clients want to do with cloud, they are the certified experts, and they've probably done it before. So, yeah, let's go ahead and open up our chat line here. We've got a number of questions that have already come in. Let me throw a few at you here that came across earlier on, and I'm sure it'll generate even a little bit more discussion. But Ralph Lewis asked a great question. He said, and let's just get right into this. So Rackspace is offering a managed version of Amazon Web Services, Azure, etc. Talk just a little bit about how you work with those applications.
Allie, are you available? Yeah. You want to chat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Allie.
Take over.
Hello. Yeah, I'll take that one for you guys. So that's a really great question, Ralph, and I think Pete brought up a similar question around that, asking, well, if the customer is already leveraging AWS or Azure, aren't they already in the cloud? And yes, they absolutely are. So what we have decided as a company, a couple of years ago, we looked at what our customers were doing and determined that in order for us to best support our customers, we realized that they were going to be multi-cloud, and we had to as well. So we built the practices out for supporting AWS, Azure, and now Google Cloud. So what we do for our customers, we have 2 support levels there. And what you're looking for when talking to a customer who already is leveraging AWS or thinking about moving into that space is the complexity around that decision. Architecting the move correctly, migrating that data, and ensuring that best practices are created and followed. So if they don't have the technical background or can't hire enough people in their staff to support that, that's really where we want to be leveraging Rackspace. We can do everything from being the support line for them and just making sure that they have someone else to call to answer questions for them quickly, or we can manage the whole infrastructure for them and just allow them to look at managing the application and taking away the headache of trying to manage such a large practice. When it comes to sweet spot, I think that was also part of Ralph's question. It doesn't really matter the amount that they're moving to the cloud. We do everything from small deployments to large. But when it comes to paying for the support on top of those deployments, the customer is going to pay a support level based on the amount of cloud that they consume on each of those providers.
Great summary of how that all works together. A couple of our partners have asked questions about training, everything from just general cloud training at the beginning. Keith Strong brought that up. And then we've got other questions on here about where do we get the battle cards? Where do we get the additional information specific about Rackspace? You want to talk for just a second about what you've put in our Telarus back office for partners and what they can get by visiting the Rackspace site as well as the blog.rackspace.com site as well.
Yeah, those the battle cards cover a lot of our offerings, right? So our what we call fanatical support for AWS, fanatical support for Azure. So the battle cards are going to cover typical customer environment, questions you can ask, things you can look for on each of those. We also have our battle cards for our managed services. So one practice that we are developing and quickly growing, and Vicki showed our security center during the presentation, is managing security for our customers. So there's a battle card there about that, and then also Office 365. So we do manage Office 365 deployments for our customers as well, and even just simple mail too. So if they're looking for a way to not have to worry about their email, we can do everything from just simple inboxes all the way to Office 365. So those battle cards are there in the back office. When it comes to training, there's still CloudU out there. CloudU was developed by Rackspace and can give you an understanding of cloud as a whole. Doesn't really talk about Rackspace specifically, but it gives you an understanding of why customers are moving to the cloud, and there's a certification there. And that's out there available on CloudU. But we are, and part of Vicki and I's responsibility is to train you. So if there is holes that you're looking to better understand and want things provided, we are happy to put together training and provide that through working with Telarus and your great support staff there to get that put together.
When our partners talk about when our partners talk about wanting the expertise, there just really isn't anybody better here. You mentioned during the course of the presentation that Rackspace is second only to Amazon in the number of certified experts on Amazon Web Services, and that you're the first managed services support partner with Google. I mean, as all of this continues to grow, Rackspace is right there at the expert, and all you have to do is a quick Google search to see how you have been all over the news lately in the last few weeks. Big write-up on Channel Partners a couple of weeks ago about the SPIF, the dollar per dollar promotion that you'd mentioned, and then just a couple of weeks ago the big announcement about the private cloud with VMware that was all over the news as well. So, I mean, really, expertise is just written all over this, and the amount of help that you provide our partners is phenomenal.
Well, we appreciate that, and we're just, like I said, really excited. We will be in Salt Lake in the next few weeks and sitting down with all the PSMs to really get a feel for where do we want to start with that training, and then we'll look at doing some Thursday deep dives. But so please provide your input either to us directly or to your PSM so we can really understand what the priorities are, and then we'll just jump on those and get the right training out there for you.
So many good fits in terms of the opportunities that our partners bring, and I loved the questions that you brought up earlier on, just beginning with the fact that, you know, if a potential client's hardware infrastructure is older than just a few years, from a technological standpoint, that really is out of date, and it's a perfect opportunity to take a look at what can and should be moved to the cloud. You talked about sweet spot in terms of where Rackspace can be a true fit for these customers, for these partners' clients, and it really seems like the majority of the deals that come through Telarus would certainly be a fit on this.
We're excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And Doug, one more thing to add to that too is as people look at what your customers are doing and think about maybe bringing these opportunities or discussions, we are able to leverage all of those resources. We have the 800 plus AWS certified employees, which I'm one of those, passed this last week. Let us help you figure out if it's the right fit. If it's not, great, but we are happy just to have the conversation and get the right resources involved. So that's what we do best, I think, at Rackspace, is that fanatical support, and we want to provide that to our partners.
Well, I'm blown away. I think that's phenomenal. Rackspace, obviously the place you want to go with a deal like this. Tremendous expertise and a great presentation today. I want to thank Ali Salter for hanging out there in the background and providing some tremendous information here doing the Q&A, and also Vicki Patton for the tremendous preparation and the great presentation today. Again, whatever your clients want to do with the cloud, you should be talking to the certified experts at Rackspace. Vicki, Ali, thanks so much, and thank Michael for us as well. If you get a chance to see him, we really appreciate you guys being on the call today.
Thank you, and you're welcome. Pleasure. Pleasure's all ours.
That will about do it.
Thank you. Everyone have a great day.
You bet. That's going to do it for us today. My thanks to Vicki Patton, Regional Partner Leader at Rackspace, and all of her team there. A reminder again about our official launch and training call for our newest Telarus supplier, CloudGenix. That's Thursday morning, 11 Eastern here on the bridge. And, of course, our thanks to each of you for your attendance, participation every Tuesday on our weekly call. We are the authority on cloud and unified communications solutions. Don't pass up the opportunity to qualify for Triple Crown partner status with Telarus. Just sell 3 of the 4 categories: cloud, UC, SD-WAN, and, of course, circuit monitoring. All of the expertise is right here. It's an exciting new way to make qualifying for Telarus President's Club even easier. As always, please send your input, comments, and suggestions for our call to marketing@telarus.com, and we will be back next Tuesday with more. Stay safe, everybody, this weekend. Until then, have a great selling week. We'll talk soon.